Hello, and welcome to the Studio Nora Podcast. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Nora, and I live in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. For now, we're moving in a month. And I knit, and I sew, and I do a whole host of creative, chaotic things. This is a traditional podcast, although today I might have a little bit of like vlog style content for you as well, because I went to a knitting convention, and I have two finished objects, several WIPs, plans, acquisitions, just, all the good stuff. I hope you are appropriately warm or cold. This is probably the last time I will be filming in this studio here in the attic, and although I'm going to miss this space tremendously, I'm not going to miss the no heating. I do have a little electric heater under my desk, but it makes a lot of noise, so it can't be on while I'm filming, so I have tea. So let's dive into it. Alright, my first finished object I brought with me, and it is, my finished sibling sweater. It's a sweater for my son. I'll pop in a finished object picture right here. This is it. This is a design by Nora Penrose of Penrose Knits. The sibling sweater is it's a really nice children's sweater, and she recently came out with a full size or an adult pattern of the same sweater. It's dropped shoulder, and it has this really nice detail in the back. I'll show you. Yeah, we're in a weird lighting situation because usually I sit there by the window, but the laundry has moved upstairs, so I can't, and over there's no light, so there's a ring light here and weird lighting, and I'm sorry. But yeah, it has this nice drop shoulder, so you start it by knitting the back, and then you pick up for the front, basically top down, knit it in a round once you can join under the arm. And I had a lot of fun knitting it. The yarn I used is Studio Solas. Are we surprised? It's Studio Solas. It's her BFL Shetland alpaca based DK, and I've knit this one in sky blue and undyed. And it's really soft. It's really nice. I wasn't completely on gauge. I was on gauge stitch wise, but not row wise. And because the pattern is written in rows and not per se centimeters, she states this in the pattern that it's important to be on gauge. I wasn't completely, so I had to, I didn't do the math. If I had done the math, things would have been smoother, but I didn't, so I just worked off the finished measurements. So picking up for sleeves was a bit annoying because obviously I don't have the same amount of rows for the same length. So I did knit 3 sleeves because the first sleeve I picked up and knit. I knew the whole sleeve that was too thin. I knew it. It was too thin. It was looking ridiculous. It was this like tiny sausage sticking out of the sweater. I was like, no, it'll be fine. And I picked up for my second sleeve, and I thought, well, I better pick up some more stitches. So I did, and that resulted in normal sleeves. So I had to re-knit the other sleeve. I'm really happy I did, because now it's a functional sweater instead of a non-functional sweater. My son has been wearing it basically whole last week. We like to dress him in a lot of wool because we live in an old house and it's cold. So I have already had to use my, what do you call it? Fuzz trimmer? Gleamer? This thing. It's an acquisition, but I bought it and it's great. I bought it at Blokker, which is like, I don't know how you would call Blokker, but they have like handy things. And I bought it and it's been great. I've been trying to gleam, shave, whatever, everything I own. It's addictive. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so I've already had to defuss it because, you know, alpaca is really soft. It is really soft and it's really nice. I do think that, I don't know if you can see in this light, but the sleeve, the cuff is felting a little bit. That's fine. And his other sweater, the chest is felting a little bit because he likes to drink water and then splurt it out like he's a dolphin. And he plays a lot, so it's been felting a tiny bit at the chest, but it's fine. I would heartily recommend this pattern. It's really nicely written. It's really fun with the stripes. It's really like popcorn knitting, as they call it. And there's an adult size or an adult pattern out, and it looks really cool. So by the way, down below I always write all the things down I mentioned. I usually don't put links because you can just Google it, but I always write it down below. And important, I always put chapters in the podcast, so you can just hover over the, I don't know what it's called, but the thing that shows you how far along the video you are. You can hover over it and it shows you all the chapters. Yeah, so very happy with this knit. It was relatively quick, even though I had to knit 3 sleeves. I did a folded neckband and I think it is super neat. And I did a sewn bind off because it wasn't that much and I really like the finish. What I thought was really interesting with the neckband is the difference a good soak and block makes. I didn't really even block it as in stretched it, but I did soak it, and the difference before and after I'll show you in pictures is like, first it was all scrunched up and I thought, oh, this is never going to fit him well and will never lie nice and flat, but now it's great. There's this little dip in the back, but you don't see that when he's wearing it. And I did make one mistake in here, but you can't really see it anyways, so I'm not going to show you. Yeah, blocking works wonders. It's great. My other finished object is another Selma sleep suit. Selma sleep. I'm gonna say it again. Selma sleep suit. It's like the tongue tie thing. She sells shells by the seashore. Selma sleep suit. Because one of my dear friends had her baby recently and I did not start on time, but it is finished. I haven't been able to visit said baby and my friend yet because I've been sick. My son has been sick and you don't really want to bring sickness to small little babies. But I'm going to block that today and sew on the buttons, and then it's done and ready for gifting. I still have to make the one for my nephew because I became an aunt again. Baby is born, haven't started it yet. I might just lend him Olivier's sleep suit. Because, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'll knit him something else. I'm kind of done with knitting the same thing. I've done 3 versions of the sleep suit up until now. And yeah, maybe that's just enough. So those are my finished objects. I have surprisingly little on the go actively. I'm working on several pairs of socks, but not really. I am working sort of actively on my Studio Solas socks in her new base. I think I've gotten a little further than last time I saw you. The lighting is not really great. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. They're just, nice to have on the go. I am working on something sewing related. As you might know, I have a 10-month-old son. So 10 months ago, I stopped. Well, I gave birth and I wasn't pregnant anymore. Obviously. But I very quickly lost all the weight because it was mainly my son being very heavy. And I can fit my old trousers, but I really like the high-waisted trousers. And even though I weigh the same, just my body shape has changed, which is fine. But the problem is that my high-waisted jeans and trousers, they close. But to say that they're comfortable is, no, I can't say that they're comfortable. So I was in a bit of a funk because I bought new jeans, but I don't really like them. I just want my regular, like, skinny, high-waisted jeans. And I couldn't find any of those that I liked. So I decided to make my own. Not that I have a lot of time to do so, but, I've been on them. I think I worked on them for three times, and I have finished fronts. I'll show you my notes because it's really funny. So I started, you can't see, can you? Oh, maybe like this. I started with new jeans, and I first wanted to make the ginger jeans because I've made them before, but I've also made the Dawn jeans. So I started thinking about how can I hack the ginger jeans so that they're high-waisted and all these difficult calculations, and I just thought I have the Dawn jeans, I can just make those. I am making them in stretch fabric, and the Dawn jeans are made for non-stretch. So I'll take them in on the sides a little bit. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. So I measured myself. It's ridiculous. So my hips for Dawn jeans are in size 8, and my waist, where, the high-waisted jeans go, are size 18. I've never had a waist, so my waist has always been bigger than my hips. But it used to be that my hips were 12 and my waist was 16, and I've lost weight on my hips. So, I'm straight. I don't have like hips. I'm very straight, but I'm straighter than I used to be. So my hips are now a size 8 and my waist is a size 18. Which is fine. But yeah, so I'm making the Dawn jeans and I'm going to show you the fronts. I'm very happy with them. Oh, but I did make an adjustment because what I really like about the ginger jeans is they have pocket stays. I can show you in my finished ginger jeans. These are very much done. These are the first jeans I ever made. I've worn them for 3 years and yeah, they're tired. But what's really nice is that the pocket is attached in the side seam, which is this, and in the zipper section, so that when you close them up, it gives you, it's not so much as constricting, but it's just nice and supportive, if you get what I mean. They're called pocket stays, and they're also made out of non-stretch, even though the rest of the jeans are made of stretch. So it's a nice, like, I don't know, added layer of stiffness, I guess. And I can show you that because these are the other jeans that I made. These are my original Dawn jeans, and they have nice back pockets. Freaking button popped off, which led me to believe that I needed new jeans. But these jeans have just normal pocket bags, which are nice because they're really big, but they don't give you that like added like oomph at the front. So I kind of meshed these two jeans together, and I now have a front. These are the front of my jeans. There's a little coin pockets, nice and big pockets, and then I will show you the inside. I chose this really nice bird fabric that I have left over, and I kind of meshed the pocket stays from the ginger into the Dawn jeans, and I made them a little bit bigger so there's more connected to the zipper. And yeah, I'm really happy with my top stitching, and I'll show you it has a functional zipper. Ta-da! So now I'm going to baste the back together to see, I'm going to baste the back together, and then I'm going to baste the front and the back together so I can see how they're fitting, because it is a stretch jeans fabric, even though it's made from non-stretch. So I'd rather just baste it all together, see how it fits, and make adjustments before I do a whole lot of top stitching and stuff. But I'm very excited about the progress, and after today, not after today, but after I have finished recording and editing this podcast, I will continue working on them, because it's really nice. I love making jeans, because it's really involved. Yeah, so that's going great. I did spend a whole evening preparing the back pockets for some embroidery, so I thought some flowers and some herbs, and then I tried to find my embroidery floss, which always lived right over here, but I already packed it up, and it's in storage. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might do it with wool, but it doesn't seem very durable. So I don't know if I will embroider them or just stick them on, and maybe I won't finish them until we have moved, and then I can find my embroidery floss and do it anyways. I always keep the back pockets loose until I finish the whole jeans, because you can't really determine where you want the pockets until you have the jeans on, I think. So yeah, that's going great. All right. So that's finished objects, WIPs. I want to talk about plans before I want to talk about acquisitions, because I did have a couple acquisitions. And then at the end, I will kind of fill you in on some life stuff that's been happening and taking up most of our time. So, a plan. So I have noticed that last winter I made, from half of my Advent minis, I made a ranunculus top with 3/4 length sleeves, and I really like to wear that top because it's not like a sweater that it's too hot to teach in, because I teach, if you didn't know that, and a sweater like this is really too warm to do any active teaching. High school children are, they require some energy. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, this is the little Twigs sweater by Melodie Hoffmann in Studio Solas merino hand-dyed yarn. But we weren't talking about that. We were talking about plans. So that ranunculus is really one of my most worn tops. And I think I would benefit from another top like that. So I have 2 skeins of this beautiful Olivia and Oliver yarn. It's called, this is her organic merino base, which is non-superwash. She mostly has superwash yarn. But I don't really like that because of environmental considerations, but also just like the feel in your hands when you're knitting it. But she now has non-superwash organic merino in the colorway Oasis. I have 2 skeins of this stupid light. It's like it has like yellow and green and blue flecks in it as well, and some dustings of pink. So I have 2 skeins, and I have ordered the same yardage of Sori alpaca. well, I've ordered 2 options because a girl likes to have options. But I don't really like mohair because well, one, I have a baby in the house, and the mohair, like, hairs are not good for them to breathe because they can irritate their lungs. But 2, I don't really like it when I get a little warm because then it starts itching. But I do like that brushed alpaca, so I ordered some Gamarosa Midnight Soul brushed Surrey alpaca silk. But I also ordered 2 skeins of hand dyed, well, I'll show you next time because I forgot the name, but I ordered it at Wolverhalen, which is a store in the Netherlands that sells both luxury yarns, but also she hand dyes her own yarn. So I bought 2 options because if I really like the love note, and I want to make the love note sweater, and I think I would benefit from 2 of those just to work in and chill in, and they look really nice. So that's my plan. Very excited about it. I've never done that much lace, but I'm really good at following instructions, so I'm sure it will be fine. It's a bit more lace, I think, than the ranunculus, because the ranunculus lace is mostly like 4-row patterns, like with yarn overs and stuff. And the love note has like leaves. I'll show you a picture if you're not familiar with the love note. But I'm really interested in how that is worked up because I've never done that. So we'll see. Exciting. Last time I told you about the project bags I've been working on. I'm still working on them, but I just think realistically that it won't happen for a while. I think once I have the new studio up and running, it will be a lot easier to work on them and relaunch my Etsy shop. But right now, it's just with the baby and work and moving, it's not feasible to try and do that now. So I'm not going to. So I hope for a January relaunch of my shop, but I'll of course let you know once I'm there. Before we go into acquisitions, I wanted to talk about washing your knits. Last year I caused quite a stir by saying that I rarely wash my sweaters. I would like to amend that statement into I rarely wash my really warm sweaters because I don't really sweat in them. I don't wear them to work. I just wear them to be warm and sit still. But I of course wash my socks. I wash my ranunculus a lot. I wash this sweater a lot. And I used to do that with the Eucalan, you know, this one. But that has been packed up and put into storage without my knowledge. So once it came time to wash some knits, I couldn't find any wool wash. Then I found a wool wash that I got in my advent from Studio Solas last year, and it's a solid block, and I love it. You do have to rinse it out. It's not a no rinse like the Eucalan. I forgot. So you do have to rinse it out, but it's really nice. You just grate off with like a cheese grater some flecks. You put it in hot water. It melts. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. And you just put in your knits and it's great. So I'm wondering, how do you wash your knits? And I'm also wondering if you used this is an episode where I struggle with the sh and s. I'm wondering if you use your washing machine. This is really bad. I teach English. I'm wondering if you use your washing machine on the spin cycle to get the water out, or if you only do it with like a towel and pressure. Because I don't put like superwash in a spin cycle because I made one superwash sweater and it's a disaster. So I just do that like in a towel. But all my other sweaters, they're non-superwash, and I just put them in a spin cycle. But recently I saw on Instagram or something that you shouldn't do that. So I'm wondering, what do you do? Because if I don't put it in a spin cycle, sweaters take like a week to dry, which seems a very long time. And also it smells very wet sheepy when you have sweaters lying around that are, you know, wet for a week. So I'm wondering, do you use like the wool detergent, the Eucalan, or do you use a different one? And how do you dry your stuff? No, how do you get your stuff sort of dry-ish before blocking? Is it just a towel? Do you put it in a spin cycle? Do you have another great hack? Because we live in a very old house, and in winter it just gets very cold. And I don't really like having laundry in the living room because then all the windows get the damp. So right now all our laundry is in the attic, and there it takes like 3 days for the diapers to dry as well. It's horrible, but it's better than having it in the living room. So to summarize, how do you wash your knits? With what detergent, and how do you get them sort of dry-ish? I'm very interested to know. Okay, so acquisitions. Before I dive into the knitting convention, I wanted to show some fabrics that I bought. One of my favorite online fabric shops closed down, and she had a closing sale, and I got some things. First, I got this lovely linen knit. That's pretty much the color. It's a little bit more muted. It's very fine, and I wanted to make like maybe like a wrap top for summer. That seems like, I think it would be so luxurious, like a wrap top and then like a skirt. Seems great. I think it's great. So that's one thing I bought. And I also bought this double gauze from Atelier Brunettes. This is pretty much the color. It's very thin, airy, and I also thought some summer, like maybe a cord, like I think like a top or a shirt with like, I'm not sure, I think I have 2.5 meters, so I don't know if I'll make like a Shelby dress situation, or I also have like the, what is it called? Q dress? I have a really nice Q dress. Something light and airy, just to like be in the garden with, because next summer we'll have a garden. Very excited about it. So yeah, I bought some fabrics. And I think I bought some like toweling for more baby capes to make, and some buckles and thread and stuff. But this is the most exciting thing I bought. Let's see if we can get him back. Alright, need some tea. But almost a month ago already, me and my friend Saskia, we went to the Nederlandse Breidagen, which is translation is Dutch Knitting Days, which is a 2-day convention in Zwolle, a city in the Netherlands, a very small city in the Netherlands, fortified city in the Netherlands. And I really wanted to go, and first I asked my mum, but she couldn't make it, and I didn't dare to go on my own. But then I thought, I have a knitting friend, so let's take the knitting friend to the convention. And it was really great. We did film some snippets, but dummy me only filmed in portrait mode and not in landscape mode. And if on YouTube you want to show portrait, you either get a very small screen or you get a weird blurriness on the sides. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to try and make a reel, or a reel, an Instagram like short thingy. I've never done that before and I don't know how it works, but I'm going to try. But it was really nice. We took a train, we knit some on the train, we could drive or knit. And I thought, well, if we take the train, we could drive or knit. If we take the train, we can both knit. But if we take the car, only one of us can knit, and it's like traffic, and it was almost as long by train as by car. So easy decision, I think. And before we went, I already booked a workshop to learn how to use a drop spindle, which was really, really fun. And I was very excited about it. The convention itself, so I don't like crowds, even though I work at a school, but I don't do very well with crowded places. And I've bought them now, but I should have bought like earbuds, or I've bought the loop earplugs, and I should have taken something to protect myself from all the noise, because we stepped into the building and I was like, okay, this is a lot. Mostly women, not a lot of men, and mostly women. No, that's not true. I saw a lot of people my age, but the majority, I think, was quite a bit older than I was, which is fine. But yeah, it was very overwhelming. It was very crowded. I also saw several women who brought their babies with them, or their children. I am so happy that I didn't do that, because nobody would have had fun if I'd done that. But yeah, so 2 halls were just filled with knitting and crocheting stuff and wool and yarn and all the good things. So what we did was, first we just did a loop around every stall to just kind of get a lay of the land, see where we wanted to come back to. We had some lunch, then we did the spinning workshop, and I will put in a clip of me learning to spin, because I you know that I have a spinning wheel. I have the Kiwi 3, who is incidentally staying at my friend's mother for a while. But I never used a drop spindle because they look incomprehensible, to be honest. So we did the workshop. It was really nice. It was really fun. And then I'll show you what I got after I talked you through the whole thing. But yeah, so we did that. Then we had some more food. I had to... So I'm still breastfeeding my baby. So I had to pump at some time. And I thought, well, this is a convention full of women. I'll just sit in a corner in a restaurant. Everybody here has boobs. Like, it's fine. And then, of course, one of the only men that was there sat at the table next to us. But it was fine. Like, I had a scarf wrapped around me and I just put my breast pump in. It was really funny. Really. But yeah, it does make it a little bit more cumbersome because I had to lug around my pump and all the milk and stuff. We had some more food, and then we did another lap of the 2 halls and visited the stalls that we really wanted to visit. And we did buy some things, although we didn't buy as much as I thought we would, which was really nice. Next time I will tell myself, do not buy anything in the first 2 hours, because I was so overcome by all the people that I saw a book stall and I just thought, okay, I need to buy something. I need to spend some money. And I bought 2 books and then I had to lug them around the whole day because there weren't any lockers to put your stuff in. So don't do that. So we visited the stalls that we really wanted to visit. We made some purchases, and then at around I think it was 3:30, we said, okay, we're kind of done with people. And then we went into the city center. Zwolle is a really nice fortified old town, and we actually had some very early dinner, very late lunch in an old church. And then we took the train back, and I was back at home before my baby had dinner, which was really nice. So I'm going to show you what I got. Very excited. First, tea. Okay, we'll go in order of purchases. Shall we do that? Yes. First, even though I was overcome by all the people and made impulse decisions, I bought 2 really nice books. The first book that I bought is Knitted Animal Toys. There are several here on the cover, but there are many more in the book, and I really want to like look at. There's a duck. Also, there's a ram. It's so cute. He's called Harry. Yes, it's just so cute. I really want to knit Olivia a friend. So cute. I don't have any of the materials, but you know, I have it and I'm very excited about it. The other thing I bought was this Viking Knits by Lasse L. Matberg. This is the designer. I can't figure out from this book if he also knits, but I can figure out that he is called the Viking. He used to be a Marine and he's also a model. Yeah. But there are several really nice patterns in here, also some children patterns. So yeah, it's just nice, and I might knit something from it, or just might use it as inspiration. It's a nice book. So those are the 2 books that I bought, and now that I've shown them, I can put them in a bookcase, and then next week I can pack them up. Woohoo! Then we went to our drop spindle class, and I bought a drop spindle. When you buy a drop spindle from, what's her name again? Spinspill? No. I'll pop in which company did it, because they have 2. Oh, right. Studio Spindle, which is in English, Studio Spindle. And they also have a sister brand called Foxy Fibers, and they dye fibers and yarn. And I bought my very first drop spindle. And when you buy a spindle from them, you get them in a nice vintage tin. I got to pick out mine. And first I'll show you the first 2 yarns that I spun, because they use Turkish drop spindles, which is really nice because you get to ply your yarn from like the little ball that you make. And this is the very first yarn. Oh, you can't really see, but I'm telling you, this is the very first yarn that I spun ever on a drop spindle, and I think it looks really great. Of course, this is not the first time that I spun anything, because I have spun not a lot, but I've spun on my spinning wheel, and for some reason my hands really know what to do. My challenge is that I spin this very fine thread, even though I kind of want like DK weight, which is for some reason really hard for me to spin thicker than thinner. And this beauty is my spindle. It's a Turkish drop spindle. I'll put in a close-up picture of it. And what's really cool about it is once I think that my little like turtle is big enough, I can take out this stick, this one, and then I can take out this one, and then I can take out that one, and then I just have this little ball of yarn with 2 ends, and then I can ply it from the ball and just ply yarn in the same way as you spin yarn. You also get some practice Corriedale with it, and it was just really nice. You might be able to hear my son screaming in the hallway. I think his dad and he and his dad just returned from a walk, I think. I have the day off from work today, and my husband always takes care of our boy on Fridays, and he just told me, well, you know, I have him, go do something fun. So here I am doing something fun. So yeah, that's my spindle. And it's been really great because you can just like, I sometimes just pick it up and spin like for 5 minutes and then I put it away again, and it's really nice. Then I bought 4 more things. 2 of those go together. So there was also this really nice shop. I don't know how to pronounce this. Mezga. She is Lithuanian, I think, and she dyes beautiful luxury yarns. I have a... This is her label. And me and Saskia fell in love with these 100% mulberry silk yarns. We both bought 2 skeins, and what we plan to do is like the tiniest knit along ever, where we knit the same pattern. We are looking for recommendations, so there's this blue one and this like chartreuse-ish one. And we were thinking it's lace weight. It's so soft and so shiny. It's beautiful. She bought, I'll show you pictures. She bought some which are very typical for her, and then I bought something that's very typical for me. And we were thinking maybe like a large lace wrap thing. If you have any patterns for something like that with 2 colors, we would love to know, because Ravelry is a big and scary place if you're looking for something and you don't really know what you're looking for. So we bought these. It was a bit expensive, but very worth it. I also bought, we visited the WE Yarn Company, and the WE Yarn Company is, I forgot their name, but it's a Scot living in Nijmegen in the Netherlands, and they dye yarn. It's got the cutest label. The lighting really sucks today, I'm sorry. And I bought 1 skein of their frock sock yarn, which is 60% Exmoor blue face, 20% Corriedale, 10% swart blast, 10% nylon, and I bought it in this shade, which is called a Rot Girl Summer. And I'll knit some socks with them because it's lovely. And then last but not least, we visited Studio Breidagen, and I bought some beautiful cards for my new studio. There's this, don't move, a little hedgehog, a couple sheepies, another sheepy, and a little cat. She also has like project bags with these illustrations, and yeah, it was really, really nice. So for next, oh, and I also got this fiber with my drop spindle. So if I were to go again, and next year we want to go again and take our mums with us, I am definitely going to wear earplugs, because just too many people, too much noise, like was not okay. But other than that, it was really nice. It was my first time visiting such a large like wool related thing. And later I figured out that I actually saw some people that I follow on Instagram, but I didn't know, because often you don't see, like, a lot of knitters on Instagram don't really show their faces, So you just see their work or their hands or sometimes their face, but not enough to recognize them in a crowd. And two, like I know a lot of people on Instagram by their Instagram handles, but not actually by their name. So then even if I would have recognized them, I would have felt weird to talk to them because I wouldn't know their name, or I had to look up their names if it was in their Instagram bio or something. So yeah, that was interesting to find out later that I actually saw several people that I follow on Instagram and have occasional contact with on Instagram. So that was funny. Yeah, what also came in, what I acquired but I haven't opened yet, is my Studio Solas advent calendar. But I have to wait until December 1st. So it's sitting tantalizingly in my living room, and it has to do so for another like 3 weeks. But that's fine. So what else? So I already talked about my my defuzzer, which is just, I want to, like, this is what it sounds like. And when it catches a fuzz, it makes this super satisfying, like, extra sound. Oh, it's great. I think it's ASMR, probably. Okay, let's take some, yeah. So, bit of personal updates. So in 18 days exactly, we get the keys to our new house, and we will be moving on December 6th. This is the first time that we are hiring movers to move us, because before we would just ask our friends to help us move, and we have moved many a friend. But we have to move a piano from the second floor of an Amsterdam building. So we couldn't do that on our own anyways. And we're into our 30s now. Our backs cannot take like all those stairs yet again. And we're spending a lot of money on this move anyway, so we might as well throw in some more money for actual movers. So next week, Tuesday, we got all the boxes, and then we will start packing, and I'll probably pack up my studio, because I won't have time to be up here anyways, and packing with a child and a job is just not as effective as without a child, even with a job. Just children make everything less effective, which is fine. That's what I chose, but that means that you have to start packing 3 weeks before you move. Yeah, so we'll get the keys on the 28th, and then we'll move in a week after that. We luckily don't have to do a lot to that. Like, we have to clean and we want to paint, but most of the jobs that we want to do to the house, we can do while we're living there. And I might have told you before that this new house is very close to my parents. It's on biking distance or cycling distance from my work, which I'm really looking forward to, because I don't even spend, in American like terms, it would be next to nothing. But without traffic, my way to work is about 25 minutes. I live in Amsterdam. I work out of the city. But when I go back, I regularly spend 40 to 50 minutes in traffic. And it tires me out so much. And then I come home and, I have a family, so I have to do stuff with that. And just being in a car for 2 hours a day is just, it's not working for me anymore. So I'm really excited to get an electric bike and just bike to work every day. Even in the cold. I'm gonna get myself, I'm gonna buy heated gloves, because I have very poor circulation in my hands, and in winter I often get, it's called the syndrome of Raynaud, where you lose all blood flow in your fingers or your toes, or in bad cases, even in your nipples. Luckily, don't have that. But you can't move your hands anymore, and it hurts incredibly once the blood starts flowing again. So I need heated gloves, just wool is not enough. Like I need an external source of heat to get them warm, to keep them warm. But yeah, I'm really excited about just like using the car less, and I'm really excited about having a garden. The current owners, they've lived there for 7 years. They haven't done anything to the garden. So I think that the original design in the garden is quite good. They just haven't done anything with/to it in the last 7 years. So I'm gonna need my mum to help me, to teach me how to take care of a garden, which will be really fun. And I was thinking that my new studio will be one of the bigger bedrooms. My son gets the smallest bedroom and I get the medium bedroom. And then of course the master bedroom will be for me and Martijn. And Martijn also gets his own studio. This new house is quite a bit bigger than our current house. It almost feels illegal that we get to live there. I will not show you a picture of the front of our house because don't tell people on the internet where you live. But what I do want to do is maybe film a little bit about creating this new studio. So from unpacking to decorating, and I thought that might be fun. Let me know if you would be interested in it. Yeah, it will be I had in my head like a little bit of vlog style, time-lapse, talky video. I thought it would be fun. I really like watching that sort of thing from other people, so I might add my own to the mix. Yeah, and then hopefully come Christmas, we are fully installed in our new home. We are going to host a little bit of our family Christmas at our new home. My mom, so my dad and his brother, we always flip-flop who we spend Christmas with. So one year everybody comes to my dad's and mom's, and the other year we all go to my aunt and uncles. And this year it's my parents' turn. But my mother told us that she loves us very much, but she doesn't want to do a formal sit-down dinner with 3 very small children, because my brother has a 3-year-old and they recently had a new baby. And yeah, I wasn't looking forward to a formal sit-down dinner with like 2 babies and a 3-year-old anyways. So I'm very happy that she just said that. But we are going to do like the afternoon tea time at our new house with the whole family, and then they all leave and they have dinner at my mum's. And we're probably going to host my parents-in-law and our cousin at our house, which will be really fun. And what will be really fun is we have like a sort of Frankenstein Christmas tree. It's a fake Christmas tree that me and my dad made from 3 different Christmas trees. And it's quite big. And to be honest, it was a little bit too big for our current apartment. But, it might actually fit in our new house. Yeah. So it's all very exciting. It's also very sad because I love our current apartment. So if you made it till the end, thank you very much. If you have any tips on washing your knits or on patterns for our lace weight shawl, that would be great. And I will probably see you in the next house, in a new studio, in a new place, in a new town, village. We're moving to a village. Exciting times. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy. And I hope to see you before the holidays. But if I don't, have lovely holidays. Spend time with loved ones. Spend time alone from loved ones. Very important. And yeah, take care.